What's up, guys? Rose here, and I've been doing a lot of research about recycling in the United States. I would like to have my own upcycling business someday and see if maybe recycling can be something that's lucrative. And I've learned a lot of surprising information that I wanted to share with you. So here are 10 facts about recycling in the United States. I've learned a lot of surprising things about recycling here. Some things are good, some not so much. And a lot of the information I got was from this excellent website, rts.com. They covered a lot of the details that I'm getting ready to go over. So they have 74 facts about recycling that you might want to look into. But this is what I've learned, and it's made me wonder about recycling and just how lucrative it can be and where a lot of the shortcomings are. So I learned that about 35% of what we throw away gets recycled. It's a pretty dismal number, but it's not as bad as I thought it was, to be honest with you. We don't have a lot of the proper facilities in place, and a lot of recyclable items actually still end up in a landfill. So it's an infrastructural problem that I think could be fixed. I was surprised to learn the amount of paper that gets recycled. It's around 70%, but a lot of products, paper products, like with glossy covers and things like that, cannot be recycled. So those usually end up in the landfill. I have another blog post about what to do with non-recyclable paper products. Aluminum can be recycled infinitely. Only about 65% gets recycled, which really surprised me because you can actually make money bringing aluminum to the recycling center. So, like, why wouldn't you? I learned that glass is also infinitely recycled, but only about 30% gets recycled due to various complications. So that website I visited covers a lot of things: paper, aluminum, glass, e-waste, which are electronics, plastic, textiles, food, C&D, and steel. So I've blogged about some of these topics, and this website gives a really good overview of some of the shortcomings and some of the other problems along with it. So I'd love to have my own glass recycling business, but it's only going to be lucrative if you have people buying the cullet, or the glass that's been broken down into its like sand-like form. Electronics are difficult to recycle because they have to be broken down. It could be potentially hazardous. Only about 17% is collected and properly recycled. However, it can also be very lucrative due to like a lot of the materials, the raw materials found in these electronics. When properly processed, you can make money doing this. So I know that there's an electronic recycling center in my hometown. I'd love to see what all they do and potentially tour it someday. Plastic is the biggest culprit. It's by far the worst. I think less than 10% actually gets recycled. They have the little recycling symbol on all the bottles, but it's pretty much just a scam. I need to do more research about plastic. That's probably the next topic that I'm going to cover. China used to buy a lot of our recycled plastic products, and then they stopped in 2018, and for good reason. It wasn't being processed and it was just piling up. So it's kind of a scam, the whole you can recycle your plastic bottles. It's not getting recycled. It's usually just getting baled up and then either stored somewhere or buried or dumped in a landfill. Textile waste is a huge problem, and I already blogged and made a video about this, about the amount of clothing that gets wasted. I'm a huge advocate for shopping resale and buying products that actually break down and aren't polyester based. Shopping resale is one of the best things that you can do. So about 95% of textiles have the potential to be recycled, but I believe it's only around 15% actually is. So if you can go without buying that new shirt, avoid it if you can. Food is a pretty big topic. I know that roughly 50% of the food we produce ends up wasted, which is tragic, and a lot of it is just thrown in the landfill despite it being compostable. So it can break down and it can make for great compost, which is soil. So that's something I think would be a really easy place to start. That's somewhere where I would like to start, is to have a composting business. Construction waste, I know, makes up for a lot of the waste in the landfill. Turns out concrete is often recycled. People reuse it a lot for various construction projects. Metal is another one. Metal, I think, has one of the highest recycling rates. And what I've learned all in all is that we just don't have the facilities and the infrastructure in place to process all these raw materials. And it seems totally doable, and it's something that I really want to do someday. But again, it's going to take a lot of research and a lot of preparing, because I'm just not sure that I have the facilities available that I'll be able to do it, but maybe someday. So this is what I've learned about recycling in the United States. The numbers are a little disappointing and discouraging, but I'm going to make it a mission of mine to see what I can do in my hometown. So wish me luck.